We can all agree to disagree, but it's either you agree with what Jim Acosta has said or what he didn't say, or what he you can either agree with him or disagree with him on what he said. But CNN's Jim Acosta, he basically said the Trump White House is is nothing but he says basically they're down to Kool-Aid drinkers and next of kin, because you happen to notice that all of them drink the Trump Kool-Aid, and they're basically retarded anyway. And then the next of kin is basically meaning that Trump basically stocked the cabinet with his whole family that are not even qualified for this. The CNN White House correspondent Jim Acosta tore into the fake President Donald Trump's campaign like Rose Garden speech on Tuesday night, claiming the reason no one in the White House stopped the coronavirus is because the staff is down to Kool-Aid drinkers and the next of kin. In what was initially billed as a press conference to announce China sanctions, the fake president quickly veered off into a rambling stream of consciousness rant that echoed one of his Klan rally performances, repeatedly attacking presumptive Democratic presidential nominee Joe Biden. Trump aired a series of grievances and characterized Democrats as hating America so much that they wouldn't mind it if terrorists blew up their cities. I think you're describing yourself, you fucking retard. Acosta, who was once briefly banned by the Trump White House, tweeted immediately afterwards that Trump soiled the Rose Garden with his performance. Presidents do not use the Rose Garden in that kind of political fashion, he added. That was not a press conference as the White House described it. It was a Klan rally disguised as a press conference. It was a bait and switch. Hours later, Acosta appeared on CNN anchor Anderson Cooper's program to discuss this, which Cooper described it as a meandering screed that shows how numb we are because we no longer find it surprising. After blasting Trump for peddling more lies about the coronavirus pandemic that's killed nearly 140,000 Americans, the CNN anchor wondered aloud if there was anybody in the administration who could steer Trump away from these spectacles. Is there anyone around the president who shakes their head when they hear rambling in the Rose Garden like this? Cooper asked Acosta, who has long been one of Trump's favorite targets to bash. No, Anderson. No, Anderson. We're down to Kool-Aid drinkers and next of kin here at the Trump White House. The reporter snarked in response. There are no more adults that will level with the president and tell him he can't deliver a Klan rally like rant in the Rose Garden as he did earlier. Acosta went on to say that one of the reasons most networks no longer carry the president's Klan rallies is because he can't be relied upon to tell the truth, which is true, he can't be. Adding that Trump had taken a place meant to be free of the presidential politics and plunged it headfirst into a cesspool of campaign politically. After reporting on some of the lowlights of the speech, the CNN correspondent reiterated that there was nobody in the White House who would rein him in, adding that he believes Trump will continue to utilize the Rose Garden as a Klan rally space. Now, if you like the video, make sure to give it a like and subscribe to my channel. Now, also, three other apps have picked up my podcast that I just started recently. My podcast, I started it on Tuesday. But Spotify was the first one to pick it up. Today, three more apps picked it up. So my podcast is not only available on Spotify, but you could also find it on Breaker, Google Podcast, and Radio Public are the other three apps that picked it up. So you can tune in on there. And so hopefully, I'm hoping to build up a following, so that works myself.